good morning. Well, good morning, Lord. Good evening. Welcome to Bedtime Stories with According to Akara. I'm Akara. How are you all doing this evening? I hope y'all didn't miss me last night, but I got on IG and I told y'all about the reason why I didn't do my regular 8 o'clock on Saturday. I'm feeling 100% better now. Thank y'all for your prayers and positive thoughts and vibes my way. Now, I'm going to cut the music down or off. So, it was very loud, but that was really nice music. I liked it. I found that on IG. Nice. In the mood for the bedtime stories. Tonight, we're going to be reviewing chapter 6 and 7 of Caught Up, Loving, a Trill 1. It is available on Amazon in digital and paperback formats. Okay, but I have here IG. I have my podcast, my voice recording for my podcast going, and now I also have Bigo Live going, but I am not recording because I will be doing my nightly bedtime cocktail. Now, tonight, the bedtime cocktail is going to be a rendition of Robson cocktail that I found in my menu tin. I have a tin that have all my recipes. I keep saying a menu tin. My recipe tin, I have a tin that I keep all my recipes. And I was pulling out some of the recipes of food that I'll be cooking for Thanksgiving. Yeah, your girl's going to be cooking for Thanksgiving. I'm excited. And I found cocktails. So I'm going to use one of those cocktails. I am tweaking it a little bit, so it is now not going to be the Robson cocktail. It is going to be the ATA cocktail. Okay, bedtime stories cocktail. Tonight we're going to be using, in the Robson is Jamaican rum, but tonight we're going to be using Akara-Conversations, I hope I'm saying this right, rum. It is a 6-year aged dark rum and has been aged in American oak barrels. Yes, oak barrels, as you can see on the label here. I'm going to be using this rum instead of Jamaican rum. It called the Robson cocktail calls for lemon juice. I'm using lime. And I think that's the only adjustments that I'm doing. So, here we go. First, I always like to taste the rum that I am going to be using. So I'm going to take a little half a shot of this Robson rum just to give you an idea of how it tastes. Okay, it is smooth. It doesn't burn as much. Let me take the whole half a shot here. There's hints of caramel. Yeah, it doesn't burn good. It's very warm going down. It's smooth, but strong hints of like a caramel taste. Ooh, it's very caramelly. That's what I'm getting. You would think I'd have strong oak since it had oak. I am getting hints of oak from the barrel. Oh, that was a... Ooh, girl, that was sister girl for sure. So let's get to the cocktail. So I am going to be referring to my notes on the ingredients so that I'm putting somewhat as close to the ingredients as possible. So what we're going to do is 1 ounce of rum. So I'm going to use a shot glass. So I'm going to say a shot of rum. And now I don't have the typical shaker. You know, over here we make adjustments. We pivot. So I'm going to just use my tumbler that I have here. Okay, so I'm going to put a shot of rum. Okay, 1 full shot of rum. Okay, it calls for 1.5 teaspoons of grenadine. So I got my little teaspoon and my grenadine syrup. So 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons. Oh, I did 2. That's the ATA cocktail. The bedtime story cocktail. We did 2. It is what it is. I'm pretty sure that shot is more than 1 ounce. Matter of fact, I look. Okay. Okay, it was an after burn that was in there. They burned out something. So, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. You know, I thought it said tablespoon, so I brought a tablespoon. I'm glad because I know I didn't have 2 teaspoons of tablespoons of lemon juice. So this is the lime juice I'm using. That's fresh squeezed. I know that ain't right. Fresh squeezed lime juice. So 1, 2. And 1 tablespoon of orange juice. Now, again, this is the tweaks. This looks like orange juice, but this is orange pineapple juice. So, all right. Excuse me. All right. I'm back. Ooh. I'm going to put some ice in my container. Excuse me, y'all. Ooh, that got my nose sweating. Okay, I'm back. So make sure my little thing is closed and shake it up. Shake, 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 roll. You know what? I think I might pull this camera a little bit back because y'all all up in my face, IG. While Bigo is all up in my face. So we shaking this, shaking it, shaking it, shaking it. Okay? And we're going to pour it in my glass. I don't have a cocktail glass. I don't have to strain it because the hole is small. This doesn't seem like that's much to drink, but I'm pretty sure if I had like a martini glass or something, it would look more. So let's taste. Oh, that's good. That's delicious. That's delicious. Oh, that is good. Well, well, well. Now that drink in the club would be $10. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to just push this camera back and we're going to get started talking about Caught Up Lovin' a Trill one. Hello. So Okay. So, hey, I might end up shaking it up a little bit. Let's get Bigo live in here with us. So the bedtime cocktail was created. Hey, welcome Bigo Live to our bedtime stories with, according to Akara. Yes, this is a unusual night for me to go live on a Sunday with the bedtime stories. But hey, yesterday I wasn't feeling too well. Oh goodness. Let me there we go. There we go. I don't like that. Okay. Okay. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. And get all that juice all up in there. All that juice. All my juice. Okay, let's get into it. Chapter 6 starts off with, okay, first of all, now, usually I always say, I start talking to characters. I'm not going to, there's no new characters in chapter 6 or 7. It's still Ty. It's still Saint. It's still, Scar. Mac, Ty is in it. Mamas are not in these two chapters. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Especially Ty's mama. I just want to punch her in the face. Or introduce her to a man. She needs some dick. Anyway, okay, I said that. But we have some minor characters, not even goons, just some extra CJ and another dude that was counting money. They're not really anyone important. So, let's go back to chapter 6. We start off chapter 6 with Ty talking to Mac on the phone. You know, Ty is still in jail. And, he's getting the lowdown from Mac. And, move this out of the way, child. Don't need you no more. I have to write that down. That's the ATA cocktail. The ATA cocktail. He's just giving a lowdown of what's going on. Hey, blah, blah, blah. What's going on? Give me the lowdown. How's my kids? And so on and so forth. And Mac is like, well, aren't you getting this from your wife? I said, well, she ain't gonna tell me the full truth because she ain't gonna want to stress me out. And I know you gonna give me the truth. In other words, he don't give a hoot about about Ty. Mac don't give he knows that he don't care. He gonna tell him what it is. Okay? He's a snitch like me. I'll be honest with you. I'm telling. Okay? But at any rate, he goes on, he's getting the lowdown from Mac. And Mac is expressing that he ain't really happy about this whole thing with Toy taking over, and he's saying that he's mentioning that Mac is mentioning to Ty, I don't even like it. It's like they're not even including me in nothing, and I'm supposed to be your second hand, and she knows it, but they're not included. They went around me. I feel some type of way about it, but nobody's gonna. And so does other guys. So Mac says that the other guys feel some type of way about it too, but no one's going to test it. Okay? But she's running it pretty well. He mentions that her and Saint is really handling business and doing a good job about it. And he's like, God. He was like, oh my goodness. He didn't say it, I'm just kind of looking. He mentions that he's not being, Mac is mentions to Ty that he's not really being in, he mentions that he hasn't been really in on it, and that that Saint and Toy has been pretty much handling all the business, and that they have been working together a lot, handling the business. And Ty's like, what? And he's like, gosh, Shaka. Mac is like, dang, I wish I never said anything about it, because he didn't want him tripping about his life. He said, you know what, don't worry about it. He's like, wait a minute. Let me get to that point where he says, now see, I didn't mark this part. I marked something else, but I'm going to come to it. He said, we all good. You definitely don't have to worry about her. Ain't nobody getting close to her right now. Max shifted the weight from his, front foot, shifted his weight. Max shifted his weight from his one foot to the other while he continued to lean against the car. He was waiting for Kenny to come out of the trap with the money that they had one more stop to make before he dropped off the cash. I'm sorry, my nose is running. Maybe Carupano had a little more heat to it. Anyway. Okay, he said, I know Zeus is going to keep, this is Tyson. He says, I know Zeus is going to keep an eye on her. I shouldn't even be worried about that. No. He says she's good. Ain't nobody getting close to her right now. Max shifted his weight. Okay, blah, blah, blah. He's waiting for Kenny to drop off more stuff. He said, no, Zeus is going to keep an eye on her. Shouldn't even worry about that. I bet he's everywhere she goes. And Max says, damn near. Either him or that nigga Saint. I'm like, oh, he said, wait a minute, hold up, pause. I'm okay with Zeus being there. Okay, but Saint is everywhere she goes. Pause. And Mac knew he said the wrong thing by saying that Saint is everywhere she goes. And he's like, this. He instantly regretted saying that Saint was the other person always with his wife, with Tyson's wife. And then he just kind of like, look, don't worry about nothing. Your wife is completely loyal to you. She has been since day one. So you don't have nothing to worry about, Tyson. She all yours, okay? I trust in that. She ain't got nothing going on. And so Kenny comes out the trap with the bag of money in his hand. The bag with money in it. He says to Max says, hey, I gotta go. Kenny's coming out. I'll talk to you later. He said, all right, let's go. Bye. So Kenny comes in, drops the money in the trunk, gets in the car. They pull off to go to the next house. They get there, and there's a strange car out front of the next trap. And it's like, wait a minute, something's not right. Mac is like, something's not right. Okay, he asked Kenny and said, did you tell him that we were coming? Because there shouldn't be nobody here if we're on the way to pick up the money. You know what I'm saying? Kenny said, yeah, I texted him, but no one responded. So they're like trying to look, what's going on? So, they grabbed their pieces. They bring their burners, or whatever y'all call it now, their guns, okay? I'm from the suburbs. I don't know all the slang. Guns, okay? They got their guns, okay? And they started, and then they were talking, and right in the middle of it, they was interrupted with shots. Boom, 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 boom. Ba-da-da-da-da. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, again, you can tell by my sound effects that I don't have any gun emojis or sounds on my thing here, so sorry. Okay, I don't think I do. Oh, I do have gunshots. Okay, so they get interrupted with their conversation with gunshots. Okay, there you go. Oh, boop, 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 boop. Gunshots. Oh, shit. So they get their guns, they come, they shooting back. Boom, boom, boom. They see the guys coming out with masks on, see Kenny and Mac, and they start shooting at them. And they start shooting back. And they get into their car, and they speed away. And they still shooting. They still shooting. More shots. Until they got around the corner, and then then it's like, what the fuck? Oh, I know this didn't happen. So they go, Kenny and Mac go into the house, try to figure out what's going on, see what's, whatever it was, bodies, blood, nothing, It's like, okay, this is not good. So Mac goes back to where the safe was. Fuck, all the money's gone. Cleaned out. Kenny's like, he gets back to the room, and he gets it right when he's kicking the trash can. Shit, all the money's gone, right? I'm glad I had gunshot. Wrong button, y'all. That was the wrong button. I'm getting used to it. After the gunshots. Anyway, so after the gunshots, he's, they're doing their thing. Blah, blah, blah. They go back to find there's no money. And Kenny's like, okay, who do I call? Who you want me to call? Mac is like, I don't want you to call nobody. But he knows that he has to call. And he knows that it's not going to be a good conversation. So he goes, he said, who do you want me to call? He said, call Zeus. He'll know who to clean it up. He'll send people over to clean this up. And I'll call Toy. And I'll talk to her and tell her about it. So, either way, he don't get to Toy. Next scene, you got Toy, her girl Britt, and her girl Teresa in the club, bottle full of blood. They in the club. That should be. Yeah, they in the club. They partying. They really, this is Toy's day off. She's not dealing with none of the drug game. She's not dealing with none of that today. She's having fun. Anyway, she's having fun with her girls, and Teresa says she's the wild one. She's over there twerking on some unknown dude, but it's rare. And Britt is like, oh Lord, I told you I ain't want to be babysitting, not tonight, and she's talking about her girls. It's like, oh, you see, girl, stop. Don't worry about it. We, us parents, rarely get this chance to go out and just enjoy ourselves. So, don't worry about her. We good. Just enjoy yourself. Okay, you said, well, whatever. So, So they're having fun, and then she gets a call on her phone. She, meaning Toy, gets a call on her phone, and it's Saint. She's like, I don't really want to pick up the phone. The reason why she doesn't pick up the phone is not because it's her day off, but because she doesn't want to have thoughts of this man, whom she is also attracted to in her mind. So she let the phone go into voicemail. She almost picked, but she didn't do it. So she let it go into voicemail. It goes into voicemail, and she's like, if it's important, he'll call back. And guess what he did? He called back. So she picked up and said, "What's up?" Let's say, "What's wrong?" She knows there's something wrong, because he called right back. He said, "I need you to come. I need you to come back. I know it's your day off, and I hate to disturb your time out with your girls. Sounds like you having fun, but we need you to come back. Something happened." She's like, "But I'm with my girls. It's Is it really that bad that you really need me? He said, yes. Yes. He's like, okay, well, I can't leave my girls. I have to get them back home. He said, don't worry. We need you here. I've already talked to Scar. He's going to be calling us back soon. So I need you here now. I was like, okay, well, how am I going to? Don't worry about Zeus is on his way. To make some excuse with your girls, he'll take care of them, make sure they get home, and then he'll meet us back at the warehouse. He's like, well, how you? Girl, I already told you. Me and Scar has a way of knowing. Side note, the reason why he knows where she is because she has the phone that Scar gave her. Tip, he knows where she is because he's tracking her on the daggone phone. Duh, but she don't know that. She's suburban like me. She does not clicking. But yeah, Scar he be knowing. Okay? And thus his second hand Saint be knowing. So he takes Scar. She goes, checks in, she gives them an excuse, she gets back to the warehouse. She looking good. Okay? Now, so she gets there and so she walks in and Saint is clearly very much attracted to Toy. He can't explain it, he don't understand it. She is beautiful, but it's beyond her just being beautiful. Is she smart? She knows what she's doing. It's like she knows what she's doing in this game. Side note, I wonder if the Trill one is really Toy. I'm thinking the Trill one was Tyson, but it might be Toy. And the one that's caught up loving the Trill one is Saint. Okay, because he's a lover boy. He's a girl dumb sugar. Okay, he got plenty of girls. He ain't had a long-term one. He's not a one-woman man. He got plenty of girls. Okay, hello. Okay. So he doesn't understand the pool she has outside of her just being beautiful brown skin. Okay, she is brown skin like me. She must look like me. You know what? I have a lot of bravado. Ignore me, y'all. Okay, I know I'm not ugly, but I ain't the way it's described and the author describes Toy in this book. She is fine. Okay, I'm working on my phone. Anyway, so Toy, she comes in. He's attracted to her. It's like, oh, she smells good. She looks good. She's smart. She's the full package. I am considering I would be a one-woman man for her. Okay. So Tyson really does have something to concern himself with because Saint really is attracted to him and Toy is attracted to Saint. And it's not helpful that their relationship is on the rocks, especially because he lied about being still in the drug game. So she gets there and she's like, okay, and Mac's there and he's like still, Saint is still questioning Mac, like, what's good? Tell me the story again, because something's not right. What Mac doesn't know is there was 4 other hits on their trap houses, okay, outside of the one that Mac was involved in. Well, not involved in, but he was at. And it's like, Mac is like, get your boy, because he keeps having me reiterate the same thing over and over and over again. Okay? And it's like, she's like, chill. Excuse me, chill, Mac. He just trying to get the information. But then later it was revealed to Mac that there was 4 other hits. And we trying to clarify. And then once Mac understood that, he was like, oh, now, my bad, son. I didn't know it was that situation going on. But so he said, you know what, go count. He sent Mac to go count with the extras, I call CJ and somebody else. He had him, he told Mac to, Saint said, like, just, go ahead and count it. But he stopped and asked, Toy, we haven't been hit like this in years. Okay, it's been years since someone had the gall to do this. And I was the one by Tyson's side that took care of it, right? I can help you out. She's like, nah, we good. We good. Thank you, though. She was like, thank you, honey. And he's like, okay, whatever. So, he's feeling really on the outs. And I'm going to tell you why in a little bit on my thoughts on what I think it is. So, Matt goes to count the money to see how much they lost, what they got, and how much they should have had. With CJ and somebody else. With CJ and Rod. D with a D. Rod. Okay? Not Rob. Okay, I know my podcast probably can't see me, but that's a Rob with a D as in dog. Okay? So he goes back there and he's like, he ain't mentioned anything. He counts the money and then he leaves without saying goodbye to anybody. Rod and CJ leave after they count the money. And so it is Saint and Toy by themselves. This is when Saint really goes into kind of like daydreaming about how beautiful she is and so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. So at that moment, right now, Toy is pacing, like waiting for the call from Scar, and Scar calls. They were expecting him to call Saint, but Scar calls Toy. She said, I guess he's calling me. So he calls, he talks to her and says, hey, what's going on? I heard what happened. I know. Scar knows everything. And Scar was like, okay, so what's going on? This is not good. Yeah, you two, it's not good for me either. This sucks. And basically, Scar says, well, I have inside scoop. He said, Scar, I'm going to read a little bit of that. That's an understatement. Apparently, we had 4 spots in total get hit, she responded. That was Toy, including one of our biggest moneymakers. That's the last thing I wanted to hear. That was Scar. Yeah, you and me both. Scar paused for a moment. How much did we lose? Almost $250,000. Damn it. How many bodies? 8 dead, 4 injured. Now, this is my theory. Scar be knowing. He be knowing. Scar be knowing what's going on. So Scar says, he says this, and this is why I feel like Scar knows that Mac was the reason why this hit happened. These hits happened. Okay? Remember what I'm about to say to you. This is why they should have left well enough alone like they were told. Now, mind you, if you remember back in 4 and 5, last week's review, Mac went and he attacked a little drug thing that wasn't a part of their thing. Okay, because they were there. Ty had told them to leave them alone. They weren't big enough to really make a dent in what they got going on. But Mac, soon as Ty went to jail, attacked. Okay? Scar knew. That's why he said, he mumbled this under his breath. And then he began to say, well, Toy puts it on speakerphone. Zeus is heading in. And so that he said, I believe that he basically tells them, I know it was from your camp. Someone was the first person that called. This is the reason why we got hit, and they were sending a message. It is a drug dealer from Birmingham, Alabama, that's coming here trying to make a little extra money. And one of your guys hit one of his spots And he's sending a message like, don't fuck with me. Word. And Toy is instantly like, I don't need this shit. That's basically what she don't need this shit right now. It's one of her people. These are one of her people. Scar knows it's Mac. That's the reason why he called on Toy to do it. That's according to me. Me being Akara. Okay? He knew Mac was the reason. Mac would have probably been still taking over had he left him alone. But and Mac is mad, but he thinks that Scar don't know he did that shit. It was him. And when they were asked, he said, no, it couldn't be none about it. He lied and said he didn't know nothing about that. He knew he did that. And he's the reason why they got hit. Because he ignored Tyson's direct orders to leave that trap house alone. And he robbed them. So the Birmingham drug dealers, guess what? They robbed 4 of your spots, the heaviest ones, and left bodies. And took most of your money. And what? The message was, don't fuck with us. All we trying to do is be here. And, Scar knows. He knew that they were there. And I believe that he knew long time ago. He knew they were coming there. And he was like, don't mess with them. Ty was like, okay, all right, see this drug dealer. And I think Ty, he's a level-headed person. He said, they're not really making that much money that they're going to put a dent in our game. Okay, so leave them alone. Okay. Scar probably agreed with that. And I'm pretty sure he told Scar that I told him to leave him alone. I don't think they really any whatever. Scar knew. I think Scar knew that the Birmingham person was even coming. Okay? He knows way too much. And Tyson told him that I told my people to leave him alone. They're not worth it. If Scar didn't tell him. This is me. Okay? So, okay, now that they have attacked us, we need to go to Birmingham and give them a message in person. So, pack your bags, Toy. You, Saint, and Bianca's going to go there and deliver a message to them personally. And basically, it's like, look, if you want to deal in Atlanta, you're going to have to go through us. Okay? If you can't go through us, then there's going to be a big problem. Okay? So, that's how it basically ends on chapter 6. All right? I'm going to sip a little more of this. I'm going to mix a little bit more. This is going to be a little bit different. And then we're going to start chapter 7. Because that was a good cocktail. And I already got ice in here too, child. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was a really good cocktail. The ATA cocktail, bedtime cocktail, is all right with me. Oh, dag. Sorry, Bigo. You turn your head. Get away from here. Get out of here. You go that way. I have to turn Bigo away because they can't. So, I'm going to use the rest of my lime. I'm going to do my grenadine. I'm going to get my little orange juice. Okay. Those two are done. Get me 2 of my orange juices. I did liberal. All right. A little ice. Just a little more ice. Shake up. Shake it up. More tussin. Okay, anyway. I need to get me some martini glasses so when I make cocktails like this, I can do it. Okay. You're welcome back to the party. Because I can't show none of y'all that. Because as far as you're concerned, I mixed me a juice, a grapefruit juice. Anyway, chapter 7. So chapter 7 starts out with it starts off with Toy visiting Ty in jail. Okay? She's there, she's talking to him, she sees him, she smiles, he smiles back. She's giving him the lowdown. This is what it is, the kids are good, the girls are enjoying their teachers. They're like, can you believe we got a pre-K-er and a second grader? This is amazing. Yeah, she's saying you getting old. So it starts off really, really good, just them talking about the kids. It ends bad because they start fussing. I'm going to try to keep this under an hour. Because basically that's what it is. She tells him, he asks how everything's going. She's like, it's not good. It's going as best as it could, but whatever he said. So what happened? And she tells him, it's like, yeah, and they're speaking in code because they're in jail for him being a drug dealer. So they can't really be talking about how she's being a drug dealer and he's blah blah blah. And they pulled some punches, child. I dog eared a couple of pages where, basically he was like, okay, so I said he hates the fact that she's a part of this whole situation, but had he been out the game like she asked him before they got married, he promised her, he told her he wasn't in the game. And she basically, he feels like she's accusing him for her being in a situation, which he is the reason why she's in this situation, because he lied to her about still being in the game. He lied to her. Completely lied to her about being still in the game. He was still heavily in the game. So, and he was doing stuff and whatever, and he's like, oh, it sounds like you blaming me. It's like, I'm not trying to really do that. She didn't drive all the way out to this jail to visit him to argue. I'm not really saying that, but fact, had you not been still doing what I asked you not to do, you know what I'm saying, and then hiding your stuff, I wouldn't be in this situation where I have to take over your business like this. And he was like, well, you really should involve Mackie. And he's like, well, this is not my choice. I've been told not to include Mac. Clearly, Tyson doesn't know that Mac directly disobeyed his orders by attacking that. And now they have this whole situation. And then he had the nerve to snap back and say, well, if you was paying attention, you would have known I was still involved. Like, oh, he turned it on. Ooh, Tyson, and I love it. I love the way she handled it because she didn't say nothing. She was quiet. She made him feel like he had a point and he didn't. He didn't have 0 points when he turned it on. She just, because she didn't come here to argue with him. She didn't come all the way to jail to see her husband tell her everything. He said, I wouldn't have told you, but by the way, who told you that this happened? You know who told me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So why are you telling them? They said, and why wouldn't you tell me? I'm concerned about why you wouldn't tell me what's going on. He's like, you worried about the wrong thing. You need to be working on your case with your attorney so you can get up out of here. So you can take this shit over. Okay, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to get to my opinions at the end because I'm close to the end. And so they basically had a little argument. She ended up leaving. He's like, okay. She just got quiet and let him do his thing. He's like, all right. So she got her little Chanel purse. She grabbed it, put her strap over her shoulder, said, bye, I'll talk to you later. She's like, Bye, see you. Okay. She was out. She was like, I'll talk to you later, Tyson. It's like I'm doing stuff that I would have never imagined to do for a man that lied to me. And you want to flip it like I should have known when you lied? Ooh. She did so much better. I mean, I don't know. I can't even say she's better than me. Because you can only do so much. You're already in jail. What you going to do? Jump over the table and choke them? And you be in jail too? The kids need a parent. So she leaves. And he's like, oh man, I fucked up. You did. You did, Tyson. You fucked up. And you got your wife involved in this. Because now, first of all, he doesn't see the fact that he got her involved. He started to remind me of Drew from my last book I reviewed. Can't read the room. It's a defense tactic of flipping it on the person that's really the one that's really supporting you. And if he's not careful, he's going to lose her. He's going to lose her. But somehow I feel like, just like beautiful black women we are, or just women in general, let's not keep it to just black women. Women do it all the time. We hold it down for our man. No matter how good or bad they treat us, we hold it down. We're strong. We're amazing. Women, we are amazing. You hear me? And we hold it down for our men, and they don't deserve it. Eventually, if you have a good one, he recognizes how much we really hold it down for him, and that's why they stick around. That's why they really stick around with you, because they know that you hold it down. We are amazing. Women are amazing. I would not have wanted to be any other gender but a woman. Cisgender woman. I am proud to be a woman for that reason only. Now, certain times of the month, I renounce my womanhood because that time is not the happiest time of my life, but I still enjoy being a woman. But at any rate, so that was the end of chapter 7, her leaving him at the jail after he then kind of flipped it and was unappreciative of all that she was doing and still holding out because she could have said no. But what would you do? What we do? So I really believe, like, Tyson has no idea. He done sat up and blabbed and told Scar everything about his wife. And Scar knows already. Scar knows what's going on. Mac, I feel like he probably, this is my theory now. This according to me. I think Mac was the reason why Tyson's in jail. He was intending of probably taking over. But he know he can't go up against Scar. If Scar says that he wants these people to take over, that's what it's going to be. Mac thought that if he got rid of Tyson, this is my theory. I believe he thinks if he got rid of Tyson, that he would take over the gang. Okay, fronting like he's okay with everything. Mac clearly have not had direct contact with Scar and doesn't know how much he knows. Okay. He thought he can get rid of Tyson and take over. And Scar was going to automatically give it over to him. But he knew, it's like, he's the reason. That's why I believe Scar chose Toy, because Toy would be loyal to Tyson. And because she's loyal to Tyson, he's going to be loyal to him, to Scar. Period. Now, the question is, on this day trip to Birmingham, or not even now, when is her, will she fall for Saint? Will there be a moment? Will they actually get in an entanglement? Will they have an entanglement? Will Saint and Toy have an entanglement? I mean, like, will they have an entanglement? I mean, if Tyson gets years, he got years on the table. Will they get in that's interesting. What's the story? Anyway, so I'm on my 50th minute and I'm going to close out here. Remember, follow According to Akara on all platforms. I will see you all tomorrow at the morning chats with According to Akara at, I'm going to try about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Okay. Um, Also, I have merch. If you can see this shirt, God plus zero, all I need is available. It will be in my chat. www. According to Akara at springs.springs.com. I believe that's what it is. And you can get this merch here. We also have put merch with our logo on it, with my logo on it here. According to Akara, we'll be getting samples so you can see what it really looks like. This is really quality shirt. This is Bella Canvas shirt, which is very good quality shirts. This is not no gilding thick ass shirts. Okay, this is not Fruit of the Loom thin ass shirts. This is Bella Canvas. This is quality shirt, so it is worth it. Okay. Also, if you want to donate, it will be available in the descriptions here on IG and YouTube. And that's it. And any other ways that you can support this channel, it will be available in the descriptions on IG and on YouTube and on podbean.com. Follow me, honey. Follow me. Follow me, yeah. Follow me. You all have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful rest. Tomorrow's Monday. And you know what? It was daylight savings time here in Georgia. And no one told. But that's a story that I will save for tomorrow. See you tomorrow morning. You have a good one. Bye.